gruesome battle on the high seas, Olin Flinton finds himself shipless, crewless, and captainless. After their great battle with the sea goddess, Flint was promised something greater. What will that promise be? No one knows for sure, but Flint will just have to find out.
Welcome back to the Dungeon Master's Tavern. I am your DM, Eric. I am joined today by my dice gremlin, Dalton, Andrew, and Presley. Would you all like to say hello?
Hello.
Hello, I'm Olin Anton, and I don't talk like this.
Nice. Hello. Guys, where we last left off, we were able to witness the fantastic story of Captain Fangsnapper, my bad. Captain Fangsnapper and his hardy crew of how his pirate legend ended.
Fangsnapper was flushed down the crabber.
And now, we pick up in a tavern. There's music playing. There is a lot of rustling in the background. People having conversations. Barmaids yelling, more drinks, yes. It's a very lively crowd. There's a band playing in the corner. The lead barmaid is behind the counter, and she's just kind of done with it. It's kind of later in the night. She's ready for everybody to just go home. And here is where we are going to pick up with you three sitting at a table in this tavern. Would you all like to describe your characters, going from my left to right?
So, my character is a gold dragonborn. His name is Fafnear Scaleblood.
Fafnear. I'm going to have to write that down.
He is the cousin of, once you heard from last episode, Draco Flamescale. He has very ancestry clothes passed down from family to family. He has a bow that has dragging wings made into the tips that the bow is his family heirloom. And he's sitting there just drinking, listening to the other two.
Alright, so if you tuned in last time, you would have been introduced to my character, Olin Flinton, or Flintbeard as some of the people might call him. At this point, though, he would be known as Captain Flintbeard. He used to be younger, bright-eyed. He believed in his captain above all else. He thought they were going to take the sea by storm, but the storm of the seas took them. So at this point, he's no longer this young, bright-eyed, well-kempt bard. He is a older, very portly, kind of 5'11", sea elf, same as last time, half elf sea elf. So he's got kind of a blue twinge, but he looks like your normal half elf. Long black hair, kind of braided down, braids intertwined into the braided beard. His coat is the exact same coat he was wearing on the ship 5 years ago. It is torn to shreds, very ruffles in the wind. You can clearly see all the holes. He's got sort of a blue glow in his eyes now, though, and he has a disposition saltier than the sea.
Very nice.
My character is a paladin triton, and his name is Khovnos Volmus Havamna. It's very long, but who cares? He is he is part of the Church of the Holy Lord, our Lord and Savior. Amen. He was banished from his city as a young age for breaking the law unknowingly, and he was abandoned by his family, basically an orphan, an outcast, yes you could say. He grew up mainly on the surface, not underwater, as most Tritons are. He grew up on the surface, became a criminal, but then he was found by the church. He was adopted into their holy religion, became a paladin, and he is 26. He stands at a staggering height of 6'4", and he has green eyes and black hair.
Hearing
Very
a
nice.
fine sniff from his mentor Valen.
He sniff out the evil doers from behind the shadows.
Very nice. So, at this point,
Dark realm.
you guys you're in this tavern. You're a couple drinks in. I want you guys to roll a Constitution, just to see how drunk you are.
Oh, we're already drunk.
Is higher better or worse?
Higher number would be better.
Yeah.
But
Not
what is
one.
better? Is more drunk or less drunk?
You'd be less drunk if you're higher roll.
I got that one.
You got a natural one. Oh, you are wasted.
Oh.
Is this a Constitution save or just Constitution?
Just Constitution.
Okay,
Just
six.
a straight con roll.
16.
I got a 6.
You two are you are wasted. You're fairly tipsy, and you've been around enough to hold your liquor.
Bro, just
Dragon blood.
So, you guys are sitting at this table. Would you be having any sort of conversation at this moment?
Just see the lady behind the door.
I look over at him like, for a man of the church, you didn't take communion much, did you, brother?
Missing a holiday. Another, please.
I'm like, no, he's had enough.
Yeah.
We'll have to sell the gold dragon if he keeps drinking.
Just looks at you very sternly.
What? You're made of gold, aren't you?
My gold is my skin tone.
Oh, that's why I hired you. My bad. Well, you're housekeeper anyway. You're pretty useful.
So, at this point,
I just pass out on the bar top. I
Falls out of the chair.
I just
And they
flop over.
you would notice you,
Yes.
Mr. Flint, make a perception check, please.
I'm so excited. This is the first game that we played that I've had a positive perception modifier. Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Okay, so even with your little like slightly drunken stupor, you notice a rustling kind of like towards the front of the tavern.
Okay. I just kind of lean one elbow on the counter, turn to the side, and look at the door, and I'm like, "Would you shut up? I'm trying to drink."
As you turn around, you would see a very shorter than most, but he is a shorter dragonborn. He is adorned in a kind of like a white ruffle shirt with a black vest over it. He's wearing like black slacks and just like loafers, kind of. It doesn't really match. And around his neck, he's got a gold chain, and on his fingers, he's got gold rings. He looks pimp daddy. So
I look over at Dalton's character. I'm like, "Hey, Goldilocks, I think your son turned out to be a pimp."
I'm gonna look at the Dragonborn that he pointed out. Do I know, like, what kind of Dragonborn is he?
he's just a normal dragonborn.
Like, what color?
His colors? He's
Is he
blue.
metallic or just
No, he's just blue.
blue?
Yeah. Yeah, he's just
What?
got blue scales. He's just like a normal
Blue
normal
scale.
breed.
Is there any family crest on him?
Nope.
Okay. Let's go. Dragonborn are not like that.
Oh. I thought you had a few by now with the way you get around.
Yeah, I'm not that old.
So,
I'm only 475.
Yeah.
so yeah. At this point, you would you're all of you are coming to like he's like walking in the bar, and he's like people are like getting in his way. People are trying to say hello to him, and you're not really sure what all the fuss is about. And so you're curious, and you want to. Do you keep looking at him, or are you guys just going about your business?
I'm just sitting there drinking now that I know. Like,
Yeah.
who he is.
You're gonna hate me. So, Okay, so is this a town that we just got to, or is this like a common place to us?
I'd say it's a common place to you.
Okay. Oh, that changes things. I have one of my personality traits is likes to get to know a new tavern with a brawl. So you avoided that. But I'll take a big swig from my mug, emptying it out, throw it down on the ground, it shatters, and then I just walk over to him and I'm like, so what's the hoopla?
You walk over to him?
Yeah, I just...
So he's standing there and he goes, you are face to face with this this Dragonborn. And one of the barmaids, she kind of walks past carrying a plate, carrying a saucer of drinks, and she goes, "That's Mr. Clothen." And then she kind of looks at you to see if you realize.
I'm waiting to see your point, miss.
He owns the bar. And then she just walks away.
Sorry about your tables.
And he just looks at you and he goes, "What have you done to my tables?"
Oh, I'm just sorry that they're there.
You're sorry that my tables are here.
Yeah,
Why?
because they could be over there. And then I just walk away. Trying to dodge the situation.
He kind of just looks at you funny as you walk away, and then he walks over, and on the side of the tavern there is a kind of like a bulletin board poster, and it's got pictures of, it's got wanted posters on it, it's got crazy jobs and job listings. It's kind of like if you are in a pinch for cash, this is the place to go. You go to this board to either pick up a bounty or go to be able to make some money by doing a job. And he walks over to this board, and he owns the bar, so he's kind of looking over everything because he wants to make sure that everything is on brand for his establishment. Nothing of kidnapping and stuff like that. It's just, he's a very respectable figure in this town, and he's trying to do the community a hand by giving them a place to post jobs, but trying to make sure that no one's human trafficking or something. So
nice.
That's his whole shtick. He's going to kind of walk over to this board. He's going to look at it, and he's going to turn and he's going to look back towards you guys. And he's going to turn back and look at the wanted posters. And he's going to turn back to you guys again. What do?
I immediately leave the tavern. I'm like, well, it's time to go, boys.
I jolt up and I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna be sick. And
I'm
I
gonna
just sprint
pay.
outside
I
and throw up.
want be the last one. Place of gold on the table.
Yeah.
And then walk out.
Okay. So as you all walk out, he kind of just he watches you walk out. He notices you. He's already onto you guys. Yeah. He looks at you and he notices you guys get up and start to walk out, and then he kind of plays with the rings on his finger as he's watching you walk out. And as you walk out are you walking outside?
I was intending to, but now I'm not sure. I guess so.
So where were you gonna go?
Just out away from him.
Oh, okay.
I run outside. I'm just puking my guts out right now.
I'm like, we've got to take him back to the ship. You see, he's a bit queasy. A man of the faith doesn't normally drink.
So, as you walk outside, you are met with 3 naval guards.
Look, I promise you I didn't do it, alright?
You were met with 3 naval guards, and the one in the middle goes... The one in the middle looks at you guys, and he's like, Well, we've finally caught up with you.
Do we know them?
You would.
Okay.
You would know this man to be one Marshal James and his 2 lackeys. They've been hunting you for quite some time now.
Okay. What's the play here, boys? Do we, anybody got an idea before I just mess everything up? Do they want to do? Give somebody else a shot?
I have no sensor.
You're the captain.
Okay. I immediately unsheath, which this will be the first time for the audience hearing about this, my weapon, which is a giant ship anchor that I use like a great axe, sort of swinging it about. It is actually the anchor of our previous ship. And I pull it out, and I'm just like, I'd like you to think about what happened to your last boat before you make any sudden moves.
Marshal James is just gonna look, and he's Marshal James standing before you. He is a Goliath. He had his.
Oh no.
He is a Goliath. His sleeves, you can tell that they used to be long sleeves until he ripped his sleeves off.
Oh god. It's getting worse.
On his back, he has a giant hammer, and in his hand, he just has like a wooden club. Like, he's not here to kill you, but he is here to subdue you.
Okay.
And the two men standing beside him are just like normal humans carrying spears and carrying spears, and they have spears in their hands, and on their hips they have short swords.
Okay.
And Marshal James, he just looks at you and he goes, "That was luck. You got lucky back there."
Sorry, what are you talking about?
Quiet. Thankfully, this one's already subdued enough.
I'm like, easy boy, get it out.
Alright. What do you do?
Oh, yeah.
What do thou doest?
What do we do? This is quite the predicament. Oh.
Oh?
Oh, I have a plan,
Oh?
I think.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you?
I I cast Fog Cloud, which
Okay.
makes a 20-foot radius spear of fog centered around a point within range. I cast it immediately between the two of us, and I go, "Time to go!" and I just start running.
Okay. What are the Okay, so James starts coughing. He's like, James, he just hit him and his guards. They start coughing. They're like, and
as I run past, my bow's out. Arrow, shoot as his foot to try to.
You want to shoot him in the foot?
Try to put his foot in the ground like a stake.
Roll to hit. Roll performance with that. So roll to hit and then roll performance to see how well.
Performance. Okay, roll the hit first. It's a natural 18.
Yeah, that hits.
And performance. Natural 20.
Gosh, yeah. So you, as you
I'm
run,
glad because I have no bonuses on performance.
Good.
as you run by, you,
Like I just want to not do a lot of damage,
yeah.
but just and keep him there planted,
Okay.
like right through the top of the foot, where it causes pain and.
I'm gonna say since you're running, roll half damage.
Oh, half. So just a straight roll.
Yeah. Pretty much, because like if you're not trying to like hurt him, it's just half.
So that would be 6.
Okay, yeah. So
Just
he,
straight roll 6.
so he can't see anything, and now he's got a piercing pain in his foot. He just goes.
And
He's
it's
like-
just, and I just sprint.
I yelled back, "A hole in your ship, a hole in your foot!"
All right, so now all two of you. What are you doing, Khovnos?
Oh yeah, drunk.
I hear him leave, and I'm like, oh, where are we going? And I try to stand up, and I'm just like staggering, running, like losing my balance. I'm like,
I want you to roll a performance check with disadvantage.
disadvantage.
D20. Here you
Yeah, there you go.
go. 5.
5.
Was performance, you said?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's an 8.
So you trip over one of the guards. And you're kind of like on top of him now, and he's just kind of like screaming like, "Get off me!"
I don't know if I'm good.
And you two are like gone, right? Like
Can I look back as I run and use Mage Hand to try and like help pull him along a little bit since I left him?
you can
How
try.
much do you weigh with your armor?
Well, I don't want to fully drag him.
I know,
just
but
wanna,
Mage
like-
Hand can only pull 10 pounds.
It's like, like a hand helps when to get up. I guess it probably wouldn't be enough. I'll try.
Yeah.
Yeah, just try it. It would be funny.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, I can't. No,
Yeah.
that wouldn't work either. Yeah, I got nothing. May chance all I've got.
Well, Khovnos, are you gonna try to do anything to get out of this predicament you find yourself in? You're in a fog cloud, so you can't really see all that well, and now you're on top of one of the guards.
I try to lift myself up and continue just running forward, I guess.
Make a performance.
Any direction. What's going on?
Or make an athletics check. What is it?
22.
22. Okay, so after that initial fall, the adrenaline starts to kick in, and you're like, gotta get out. And then you're able to get to your feet and start running towards the ship. As you're running, as your group, as your crew is running away from this altercation, you can hear in the background Marshal John blow his horn. And as he blows his horn, every naval guard on this island is now alerted to the fact that you are there. So, with that being said, let's get back to the ship, boys. What do you do? I'd say you're a good maybe 100, 200 yards away from the shipyard.
Okay, I mean, I'm just got my anchor out and I'm running.
Just running. As you're running down, you are met with a blockade of naval guards blocking off this main road.
Is it just people?
Yeah.
How far away am I? If I caught up?
Yeah, you would be caught up now.
I want to try to just sprint and like bulldoze through them.
Okay. Roll a strength.
Just pure strength.
Can I try and
Yeah.
help?
21.
Oh yeah, you bust through. Like they don't stand a chance. As you guys are running through, Khovnos takes the lead and just smashes through these soldiers.
I follow. I follow right behind.
Yeah. So now you're running, and Marshal James has now successfully gotten the arrow out of his chute and has exited the fog cloud, and he's going to blow his horn again, and then from the top of this hill that you guys are running down towards the harbor, he's like, don't let them get to the ship. And now I'm gonna need all three of you to make athletics checks.
Nice.
12.
What was it?
Athletics.
15.
15?
Seven?
Don't tell me the drunk got beat.
I got a 12.
That's with a +4, and I get to roll a d4 and add it to it because one of my abilities is told we got 7.
Oh god, that's no
Can
bueno.
I?
Got
So
like
what?
A 4, a 3,
So we broke through the blockade. Who's,
Yes.
Who's in our way from the ship?
We,
Nobody or
we
no
haven't
one?
we haven't really gotten to that
Oh,
yet.
okay.
So now, as you guys are running, you two kind of overtake your captain. You're running a little bit faster than he is. You guys are a little bit younger than he is, so you've got a little bit more pep in your step, a little spark. Flint is falling behind, and as he's falling behind Flint, you are actually going to get a cramp.
Oh, Charlie horse.
You're going to get a cramp in your left calf as you're running.
I'm like, this darn anchor.
So, and as you're falling behind, Marshal James is catching up. And Marshal James is going to produce a bola, and he's going to attempt to throw it at your legs
God.
to keep you from running.
How far?
Do I
is
get to
he?
roll a check to
He's about 60 feet.
The James?
Yeah. He's about
From
60
him?
feet away from him.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait,
Well, how far are we from him?
I'd say you guys are about an extra 15 feet farther, so he's probably about 75 feet
Can
away
I
from
shoot
you.
another arrow at?
As you're running,
Well, like stop, turn, fire at his knee. So
At James's knee?
Yeah, at James's knee.
Well, yeah,
I have
but he's-
150
But he's
range.
gonna take his throw. He's gonna throw the bola first.
Well, yeah, I just want to slow
And
him down.
while he's shooting, can I come running back and try to pick up him?
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does it, but can I roll to try and dodge?
Oh, crap.
Roll at disadvantage.
A disadvantage.
That's 16.
16 to hit.
Yeah.
It does not hit.
That's mine. Go. I just as I go, I just keep running.
What is your
16.
16 to dodge? Okay.
It'll go with his deck.
I'll just barely give that to you. So yeah, he throws the bola and it hits you, but it doesn't wrap. Like it doesn't wrap you, so it kind of hits you. And when James sees that it didn't actually like stop you, he's like, "Mrrr!" And then he just is gonna like take off. He's just gonna keep running.
I'm running as
forward,
fast as I
run.
can, but I'm just dragging the anchor on the ground behind me at this point, which is quite fittingly named the
What's the
Seaman's
road
Drogue. And a drogue is the type of anchor used to slow down a ship.
Just
I was thinking, what's the road like? Is it like brick?
No, it's like a cobblestone road. It's like it's like yeah.
Spot jolts in
the best
back.
I can.
As you guys are running down, you are now going into a market district, and you are actually as you run into this market district together, there's an enormous crowd. There are tons of people just going through their day-to-day lives, buying, selling, just like exploring, looking, and it is here where you guys are actually going to get separated. In the crowd, you guys are going to lose each other. You two, because you two are the first ones in the crowd, and he's still behind. So, let's go to Fafnear. What are you now that you're in this crowd and you don't see your crewmates?
Perception. See?
You can try, yeah. Try to see if
Disadvantage or straight?
yeah, disadvantage. There's a lot of people.
I rolled 6 on both, so +4, so 10.
10. There's a lot of people.
There's a lot.
You wouldn't really be able to
I
see
wanna-
him.
I
You would
wanna-
know the general direction of where the ship is.
Okay, I'm just gonna like every once in a while look and see if I see them,
Yeah.
and then but slowly keep going to the ship.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Pop up, look, keep moving. Pop up, look.
Yeah, I got you.
Is the feedback similar?
No. All right. So now, Captain Flint, you haven't yet reached the crowd because you're falling behind, but you're closing in on the crowd, and Marshal James is on your heels.
Okay. Do I see anybody that's relatively large near me?
I'd say you would. I'd say there's a big old fat guy kind of sitting around the corner.
No, I mean like bulky large.
Oh no, not bulky large. Like just big dudes,
Okay.
just like fat guys.
Okay. I point at the one that looks like he can move the most, and I cast command on him, and I yell, "Run at the captain!" I mean, not the captain. Run at the guards!
Does he have to pass a DC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has to pass a 13.
We should double check that. I believe so.
Is your spell save?
It's a wisdom save throw of 13. Yeah.
Okay, well. Hang on. Let's see. We'll see how this goes.
I think command's a one word.
Oh yeah, I can only say approach, drop, flee, growl, halt. Simple one.
That's
word.
examples. You can say anything. It just has to be one word.
You said charge, I
Yeah,
guess.
you-
Yeah, I yell charge and point that way.
Oh, well, he rolls a 5.
Or speak fast enough to where it sounds like one word.
So this big dude gets down in like a linebacker's position and just takes off towards Marshal James and his two minions. And
But yeah, I can't order him to attack or anything, but all he has a guy running at them.
Marshal James fails the attested strength. So this big fat dude tackles Marshal James. And you are now free to enter into the crowd.
Alright, I pick up the anchor and put it back on my back and do so.
Okay, Khovnos, you're in this crowd. What are you doing?
I am frantically looking around, lost and scared, and I pop up and I don't see anyone. Well, Actually, I'm probably taller than most people there, so.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say you're pretty tall. You stick out like a sore thumb, I suppose.
I just try to go as fast as I can to the ship. And nope.
For both of you who are making your way through the crowd, roll a dexterity check to see how well you dodge these peeps.
Just a dex.
Yeah,
Okay.
just a dex.
7. I rolled 1.
9.
Wait, what are we dodging?
People.
Oh, I thought you said fumes. I'm like, what's fumes?
How do you dodge air?
10.
People. 10. You pass. These two don't.
I had a 10, but
So,
it freaking had a
You guys are
-1.
just bobbing and weaving, kind of like stumbling into people tripping around. You, however, you're so large that like you're carrying such a large apparatus that people just kind of like see you coming and kind of like step out of your way. So they're like, oh, and then there's a woman who was like, darling, don't look at the deranged man.
Yeah. Can I cut my hands and start yelling free calamari samples at the front of the market so they all start running that way? Like free calamari at the fisherman's dock at the front of the market.
I want you to roll persuasion.
Yes. 18.
Oh my god.
I am a bard.
So you get all of these people's attention, and they look up to you, and they're like, now there's a stampede of people.
I'm like,
running towards the
like, carry a
fisherman's
big urn, get as much in it as you can.
So now, Marshal James has successfully gotten the man off of him, and now he is dealing with hundreds of people sprinting towards the fish stands to get free calamari. And I'd say you guys are home free to run towards the ship. They've lost you. Congrats.
Alright. Who makes it onto the ship first?
I would say you. You make it onto the ship first, followed by Kovnos, and then
I want to
lastly...
start right when I jump on the ship, start getting ready to go.
You
Yeah.
guys get ready to go, and I'm still running through the market.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just like sail being ready. All I have to do is pull a rope, and the sail opens, and getting this ship steered, ready to just launch.
So, as you all make it back to your ship, you just get out of Dodge as quick as possible.
So I'm guessing our ship's like a sloop.
Yeah.
Just
It's like
tiny.
one sail, enough room for 3 people, because it's just you 3. And you start heading out to sea. Yeah, and as you're sailing out, you see Marshal James standing on the edge of the dock. You can't hear what he's saying, but you can see his fist in the air with a certain finger up.
I wanna, like, I know you probably can't hear me, but y'all be like, it was good seeing you again.
It's really unbefitting to bite your thumb like that. That's the finger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he. Now you guys are sailing out into open waters.
All right.
What do you do?
Hard.
Like, boys, come up with somewhere to make some money. I'll be in the captain's quarters. And I walk to like a little basket at the back of the ship and just sit down in it. Because it's all we have.
I'd say you have that.
Yes.
So, where are we heading? Can I look at the map?
It's up to you. Yeah, you can go ahead.
What's up to us?
What's the clearest? What's the closest islands or places to go?
You look at your map. You don't have a complete map of the sea. So you would see this, and at the bottom corner of your map it says Castor Sea. You would see you just left Celest Island. You just left the island of Celest, heading southeast, and the islands that are kind of southeast of your position now, there is one island that you don't have marked. You know that it's there, but you don't know what it's called. There's an island to your south that you know to be Oglestone. It's about a 3 days journey to Oglestone from where you are. And the unmarked island, I would say, is about a day and a half, 2 days journey, depending on weather.
Hey, Captain, I say we go somewhere we haven't been before. pointing at the island,
Unmarked one.
the unmarked one.
Aye, there'd be less likely to be guards at places where there's no buildings.
Yeah, Khovnos, do you do
I'll
anything?
look for food in the barrels that we have.
Food in the barrel.
I'm hungry.
Oh, I'm starving. I need something to eat.
Stay out of my wafers, boy.
Yeah. All right.
An apple at least.
Okay. So we're gonna continue. So are you deciding to go to this unmarked island? Is that where the party is deciding to go?
That's where I say.
You cool with it, Presley?
All right. Well.
Aye, be in consensus.
Yeah, so with there only being 3 of you, I'm going to need 2 of you to make performance checks on how well the ship runs, how well you guide it through the water, and how well you navigate to this new island.
I have proficiency with water vehicles.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was it? Performance?
Yeah, performance.
You got 21.
18.
18? Yeah, okay, so it's smooth sailing. It's smooth sailing. There's not really any, you don't really notice any problems. It's just it's all around a good trip. You're pretty happy with being the captain. You're pretty happy with the small crew that you put together for yourself. And nothing really eventful happens. You all take turns steering or furling the sails, and in between just resting and eating and kind of just enjoying being on the ocean. The ocean waves are soothing, and the rock of the boat feels like home. It's very homey.
Is this long enough to be considered a long rest?
I'd say a short rest.
Okay. What are the rules on getting spells back on short rests?
No, it would say it in the description.
Yeah.
Like, you have to go to the spell thing and look. Like, some of them say short rest or long rest.
Yeah. So, that being said, we're going to cut to the next day. Like I said, it takes about a day and a half, maybe 2 days to get to this unmarked island. On this next day, what are you all doing on the ship this next day on the water?
So we're still at sea?
Yep.
Do we know going by the map, how far we are from this island?
You would know that you're getting close, but you wouldn't have like an exact distance.
But we know it's like roughly a day, roughly 2 days.
Yeah.
I want to try to see if there's anything in the water that we can salvage.
Salvage. I mean,
Like, you know,
He's playing raft.
make a
like there's like maybe like floating barrels. or
make a
anything.
perception check.
Don't laugh at me. I played too much Sea of Thieves.
Oh, we're live.
13.
Yeah, you don't see anything. It's just open water.
I'm bored.
Have I ever told you the tale of me old crew?
No.
Oh, I haven't. My God, it's the first time I asked them when they said that. They all died. There was a giant sea bass.
My phone's in the floor.
She was scaly and ugly. She definitely did not look like a goddess. She sunk the whole ship. Crushed her like a coconut.
Hmm.
Yeah, she spoke like a snake. She acted like one too. She had a salty disposition, I tell you.
Sounds like someone I used to know.
Did you know her?
No.
Oh. I was gonna ask you where I could find her. She took me old captain. He promoted me before he died, if you're wondering.
Good for you.
This is not a contest. But I'm winning.
Let's play a game. I spy something blue.
Just go to sleep.
Just don't even listen to him. Like,
If I'm not helping with the ship
Yeah.
or looking at the map, I'm in the crow's nest just watching and just minding.
Yeah.
Like studying my bow, trying to figure out how, because I know my parents told me about the bow has magical features, but I don't know how to harness them yet. So I'm trying to study it.
Yeah, so he's now you're starting to get close to this island. You can see a dock on the island. It doesn't. It's definitely not big enough for commercial ships. it's definitely more of like a personal use kind of thing, like someone who lives on the island. That's about all you can see from how far away you are.
Arr.
It's about all you can see right now.
Look like a private island. I say we make it a pirate island.
The island's not very big, but it's big enough to have its own little forest on it, and it's got a nice beach. So,
Do we see any buildings? Because we see the dock. So
just the dock.
Is it like a pier rather than a dock? It's like a fishing pier? Or?
You can put a boat on it.
Okay.
Why don't we see if we can get any supplies while we're here? It's not like we can be going back to town.
Okay.
Not being outlaws and all.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I'll go ahead and tell you this because I didn't see my character sheet beforehand. But I have the bad reputation thing from the pirate background. That means most minor crimes won't be reported.
I think
because
we
I have
all.
such a bad reputation. Oh, we all do?
I'm a pirate.
Okay, so we both have it.
He probably doesn't.
Okay.
No, I'm a.
So we get away
I'm a
with a
criminal.
lot of small petty things.
I got you. So,
Oh, by the way, my
Excuse me.
Dragonborn does have a tail.
Okay.
I'm not a race of Dragonborn.
So you pull your ship up to this dock. You anchor down, and now you're on this island. What do you do? It is like right now, like it's free reign. You guys have probably about the latter half of a day. The sun is like at peak. Here in about 6 hours, it'll be going
I
down.
want to go to the beach and strip down and go for a swim. I've been wanting to go for a swim lately.
While he's doing that, I look over and I'm like,
Goldilocks, be fetching me scooper.
and by that, that's what he calls his shovel.
Alright. I just walk. Because I just walk back to the ship shaking my head. Because he called me Goldilocks.
So what are all y'all's passive perception?
14.
Perception?
13.
14, 13. What's yours?
Passive perception?
Yeah. 9? Okay, so you're in the water. You really don't care.
He's just swimming free as a bird.
You're walking back to the ship,
Yeah, I think that's getting
Fafnear,
more.
so you wouldn't see this. But Captain Flint, you would hear a rustling in the bushes.
I'm like,
Oh, lordy, and I just pull out my anchor. I'm like, all right, come out with your hands up, or I'm going to come in and put you down.
Put you down. Yeah. So he's roll intimidation.
okay. I think I have proficiency in that. 22. A dirty 24.
Yeah. So out of the bushes comes this little bird. It's this little blue bird.
Intimidated the bird?
Out of the bushes comes this little blue bird. It kind of like cocks its head at you, and it tweets, and it flies, and it starts flying around your head.
I yell back. I'm like,
Hey, while you're on the ship, get the bonfire kit and the spit. I've got dinner.
and I start swinging at it with the anchor.
Roll to hit with disadvantage.
Okay. Do it just flat roll or do I add strength?
Just flat roll. Just roll to hit.
3.
Yeah, you don't. The bird is too agile, and it's still flying around your head, but you miss. You don't hit it.
Alright. I'm like,
Somebody do something.
It's just tweeting.
How big is the bird like that?
It's about yay big.
Oh, it's a pretty decent bird.
Yeah, it's a big
So
old
how
bird.
far is it? Yeah,
It's
I
like-
see it from the ship after grabbing his scooper.
Yeah, you can probably see it, but it's like flying around his head.
Flying around his head?
Yeah, it's like flying around him.
Do your worst.
I can't. Oh my!
be a cool way to get an eye patch.
Yeah, we are pirates. So. I'll take a shot at it.
You're gonna shoot at
I'm
it?
gonna wait till it gets above his head.
Okay.
So it reduces the risk of hit.
Roll to hit.
Like I'm gonna have the arrow ready. Right when it goes above, just pull and fire.
Yeah, roll to hit. Roll to hit for me.
That is. That is a 16.
A 16? I say you don't hit it directly, but you do clip its wing, and it is now like like, falling down onto the dock, and it's tweeting very sadly. Like,
There's your food.
I'm like, all right, do you want to fillet it or you want me to just squish it into a paste right now and we can make soup?
as you say, the bird kind of like looks up at you, and just stares at you. And I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Me?
Yeah.
Like, it's giving me a funny look. I'm uncomfortable with this.
Roll a wisdom save for me.
I wonder if there's anything in the water.
10.
You fail.
Oh no.
You look deeply into this little birdie's eyes, and compassion strikes your heart.
Like, I'm so sorry about that. Here, have a gold piece. And I just flick a gold piece at the bird. I'm like, for your wounds.
The bird kind of like pecks at it, and then just like looks back up at you and keeps staring at you.
Like, he's still looking at me. What do I do?
I'm just gonna fire another arrow.
Why kill
I
it?
don't want us to kill the bird.
Natural
dude.
20.
The bird's dead, okay? You killed the
I'll put
bird.
it out of its misery.
Congratulations.
What was the bird gonna do?
Congratulations, you killed the bird.
Oh, I walk over as a ranger, pick it up, and I'm gonna start plucking the feathers. Be like, you go get the fire ready.
It's already a kebab.
I was gonna freaking come out of the water and lay on hands on it, but then he...
I'll pluck the feathers off and get ready to cook.
Roll performance.
I hope
There
we
goes
ruined
Eric's
everything you had planned. I'm sorry. We were
Not
going.
anymore.
We were looking for supplies. Figured that would include hunting.
Performance?
Yeah.
12. Just straight 12.
Yeah, I mean,
Eric's at the developer.
it's not really a game bird, but, you get it well enough to where you can get some meat off of it.
Okay.
And as you kill this bird, what else do you do for
First
this?
enemy defeated!
I come back from the ship and I've got the spit, plant it, and I put some.
Are you
blocks
on
down.
the ship, or are you on the beach, kind of?
Well, I'm going to the ship to get the spit.
Okay.
When he was plucking the bird.
Are you going to be staying on the ship, or are you just?
No, I'm
gonna-
bringing it back to put on the beach to.
Okay, I got
Spit's
you.
what you turn the
Yeah,
rotisserie
yeah.
on. Yeah.
See if there's anything in the water, but that's hidden.
Roll perception.
Anything shiny, you know what I'm saying?
You can breathe underwater, right?
Yeah. 13.
With a 13, you would just like seashells, like really cool conch shells, and like some snails under there.
I want to gather all the seashells and just go back up to the beach and be like, guys, look at all the seashells I
I
found!
want you to roll a strength check to see how many seashells you can carry.
God.
It literally lives under the sea and is excited
Oh,
about
man,
seashells.
nice.
A 9. All right, hang on. You get about 20 seashells. So you just have like 20 conch
They're so
shells.
pretty.
Alright.
At this point, the sun would be starting to set as you guys have been scrounging all day and killing birds and.
Are we rotisserie the bird at this point?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yes.
You guys are on the beach, you're cooking dinner, cooking your bird, and
What's for dinner?
Bird.
Your seashells. Enjoy.
as you're cooking, I want all of you to make another perception check. As you all are all sitting around this fire cooking.
11.
15.
19.
You are too focused on cooking your bird. You are counting your seashells because somehow you keep counting and coming up with 19 instead of 20.
I can't count. I have low intelligence.
And Dalton, you would see on the tree line another bird.
The same bird?
No, just another one. roll an insight for me.
Is it one kill
Because
enough for today?
because I killed the first one thinking it's just a normal bird. Now I want to run insight on this one to see there's something going on.
It's Odin's raven.
9.
With a 9, you would see that it's a bird.
So it's not doing anything funny.
It's just kind of like sitting on a branch looking at you.
This is just birds. There's no
I just
encounter.
look over them and go, these birds are weird.
I'm like, you see another bird?
Yes.
I'm like, where's he at?
And I point towards him.
I look up and I'm like, you want a drumstick?
When you turn to look towards Flint to tell him that there's another bird, and both of you turn back, there's 2 birds now.
I'm like, I don't have enough for both of you.
There's 2 birds now. They're not really doing anything. They're just kind of like sitting there. They're just sitting on the branch looking at you.
I look up and what are you looking at?
I want to take a rock
Okay.
like, from the ground, about, and throw it like towards them. Not aiming to hit them. I'm just trying to see if I can scare them off.
Roll dexterity. See how well you can throw that.
Bye.
You throw it and it kind of like lands in the bushes below them, and they just keep sitting there.
They don't flinch.
They don't move. They don't really move. They just kind of keep looking at you.
I'm not comfortable with a bunch of birds watching this.
Maybe they want to taste. And I'm just like sitting there eating shit.
Are you still staring at the birds? Like, have you
I'm
looked?
watching them.
Have you looked away from them at all?
I looked at it to talk to him, so yes.
Yeah, there's 3. There's 3 birds now.
I'm like, all right, time to go. I just grab the spit and start walking toward the boat.
I want to keep my eyes on them.
Look,
and
I don't
start
like
gathering our stuff.
As you're keeping your eyes on them and gathering their stuff, as you walk back towards the boat, you would see 4 birds sitting on the edge of your boat.
I just use mage hand to slap them.
You can't attack with mage hand.
Yeah,
Oh, you can't.
No,
Oh, I forgot.
that's a rule.
Okay. Let's see. Is there any rocks nearby?
Yeah, sure. There's like
Okay.
seashells, maybe.
So I
Not
don't wanna
necessarily
attack 'em
rocks.
with it. I'm just trying to scare them off. I just want to pick one of them up with mage hand, kind of wave it around, and just kind of shoot them off with it.
Roll performance for me.
Okay. $21.
Yeah,
30.
the birds on the boat kind of fly away.
All right.
They fly away and they land on the branch where the other 3 were.
Okay.
So now there's 7. There's 7 on this little branch.
Like, I don't like this.
I think we need to leave.
And I'm like already
I gotta walk
getting
to the
onto the boat.
As you're loading stuff onto the boat, 5 birds come and they land on your mast. Like, the cross beam on the mast? They land on that, and they're just kind of like looking at you.
They're just staring.
Yeah, they're just looking at you.
Not doing anything.
They're not doing anything, they're just looking at you.
I look at you and I'm like,
I don't think you should have shot that bird. That was pretty poor judgment.
What does this remind me of?
can I roll deception to
It's-
convince him it's his fault?
This reminds me of something.
Deception?
You're like, can I try and deceive
No,
him
like,
into believing
I
it's
feel like
his
I've
fault?
seen this in like
gaslight
a
him?
media before.
You tried to gaslight him, roll deception.
What would I roll?
You
Um,
got 12.
I guess intelligence, maybe?
Intelligence?
Or wisdom? I'll give you the discernment. Intelligence or wisdom. Whichever you choose.
I believe him.
Alright. So you believe that it's your fault. Captain Gaslight over here.
Let's get on the boat and go.
It's like, it's all right. I forgive you. We'll get on the boat now.
As you
Boys,
turn
would you like some seashells?
as you turn away to talk to the captain again, there are now 13 birds on the
Oh my
branch
God.
and there are 7 on the mast.
Can I use divine
I feel-
sniff to see if there's anything going fishy with the bird?
Oh, he wants to look for good news.
Oh. Roll divine. What did we do divine sniff?
It's basically just design sniff, but he takes a big whiff and like he sees scent trails through the air.
Oh,
like a cartoon
it's
character
it's
following
sense
the
good
pie.
and evil, and we flavored it as divine
Yeah.
sniff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I have any modifiers or anything?
I really don't know. I forget what we did. I have.
It was just literally divine scent straight out of the book, just flavor texted.
I remember.
Here, I got it.
Well, I have his old character sheet.
Gotcha. Yeah. For those of you all not privy, I played a character previously where instead of using Divine Sense, I used Divine Sniff. I knighted Presley here, Sir Sniff, and he inherited it.
So you smell the presence of strong evil. The presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a nauseous odor, and powerful good rings like heavenly music in your ears. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you.
Oh, okay.
So
So
is not behind total cover.
So you don't have to roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're using Divine Sniff, you stick your nose up into the air. Every single one of these birds reek of evilness, evil energy.
Oh, guys. These guys smell pretty wicked. I think we should leave immediately.
I just let out a fart from where the chicken gave me indigestion, and I just want to know if it piques his Divine Sniff as well. I'm like,
Oh god, what is that?
Roll a con save. Please. It singes your nose hairs and you take 2 damage. Two damage from the gamey fart.
full of corrupted evil energy that I just ate.
Yeah.
Did you have any of the bird?
Hmm?
Did you have any
I
of
mean,
the
I
bird?
guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, you would have eaten the bird.
Oh, no.
So what?
Nothing.
Oh,
It just,
nothing?
I'm just
he
worried something
farted.
will happen.
So,
Yeah, we all ate it.
so
These guys reek of evil. We should leave now.
when Khovnos says this, you see a tree on the forest line start to rustle. There are
Bruh.
Freak out.
there are what seemed to be leaves on a tree are all birds.
Oh my god.
At this point, it's dark enough in the night where at first glance it looked like a tree with a bunch of leaves on it, but it is in fact a tree with with hundreds of birds on it. Enough birds where they all look like leaves because they were not moving, and now they're starting to move.
Is this the prey of birds, or we do bird of prey?
We don't need to metagame it. We'll just find out. I'm terrified either way.
Yeah. Let's get go.
So yeah, I'm over there. I've got my what is it called? I had earlier my
I start
lame
raising.
pin, and I'm like getting the ropes ready.
I start raising the anchor immediately.
I get yourselves ready.
Strength check, performance check.
Nat 20.
17.
Natural 20. So you raise.
scared I was running.
So
It was like 2 pulls.
Khovnos rips the anchor up. You set the sails, but the boat's not moving.
They're under our boat.
I use gust on the sails. I'm like my cantrip. Just
Performance.
blasting it. Okay. Dirty 20.
God. The boat starts to move, but very slowly.
Okay.
They're on our boat.
They're still on our boat?
Yeah, they're still on your boat.
Popping shots.
Roll initiative.
Can I? Oh.
Oh god, nat 20.
Good, because I got a 15.
I don't want to go further. I got a 7 once again.
I should have took the alert feat.
Listen, if I didn't take the feat I took, I couldn't use my weapon.
I should have took
What'd you
the
get?
alert feat.
7.
What'd you get, Dalton?
15.
You made the right call.
Okay. Let me roll for my boys here.
All 17,000 of them.
Yeah, that was a lot of dice. It's not like a landslide. He's over there like,
boat never runs out of ammo.
Hey, you need some more? We got like 7 sets over here.
he's still rolling.
Shush.
He had to go twice.
I'm scared. I'm trying to figure out what this is.
I like this whiteboard. This is a really good ad.
Yeah. As the battle is starting here, can I kind of peek my head off the boat and dip my head in the water to see if anything's down there? Because I can see underwater.
Well, I can breathe.
Yeah. Give me a investigation.
Is this island not a
They're on the underside of our boat. I guarantee you.
How can birds go underwater?
That was like stuck.
Yeah, it's
like
stuck on 18 and 4. I don't know which one to go with.
If it's caught, the reroll.
18.
An 18.
Yeah.
You don't really see anything physical under the boat.
Do I see something corporeal?
Magical?
No, you just from what you're looking at, it doesn't make sense. Like the boat should be moving.
So something's holding it, but it's not like something under the water.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just pick my head back up. And I'm like, well, it's not down there, so it must be up there. And I just look at the birds on the mast.
So top of the round, we are going with Presley. What do you do?
Yeah, Presley. What do you do?
I'm scared. I don't know what to do.
There are now 20. There are now 20 birds on the mast.
My goodness.
I want to.
3 little puffins, 4 little fathers.
I want to
Yeah.
just lay on hands on myself just so I can get back to max health from freaking
So that's your action.
because there's I don't know what else to do.
Are you Are you gonna use your movement? You're all on the ship now, and the ship's not very big. It's probably about like 15 feet across and about maybe 25 foot long.
We're gonna die.
Thank you for coming to this podcast. We all die.
Already dies in every episode.
Nah, I'm not that mean. Maybe.
Cracking.
I just want to pull out my sword and my shield and just carry it myself.
You're just gonna
So you're
prep.
holding your action?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Sword in my right hand. shield in my left.
Scared.
Terrified.
hang on, I gotta keep going. 5, 6. Okay, now it is one of the birds sitting on your mast is going to open up its wings and it's gonna caw, and as it caws, as it caws, its eyes kind of like light up blue. And I need you to roll a wisdom save.
No. This is freaking puppet all over again.
15.
15 passes.
Okay. Like, he's giving me weird looks again.
The bird is going to take its movement. He's going to fly and land on the helm, like land on the wheel.
Is that near where I'm at?
I don't know. Where are you at?
I don't know. I just got on the boat.
Okay, I was by the cells, so I'm like near the stairs going up to the helm.
Yeah.
I would imagine I'm near him because I was tying up the ropes.
Yeah. So his eyes light up blue, and he just looks at you and then flies over and lands on the wheel. It is now Dalton. Is your go.
I'm going to just start. I don't care at this point.
Yeah.
Popping shots.
Just like whatever's closest at you
Whatever's in my
with the
wing.
bow.
Yeah.
Roll to hit, I suppose.
Not better than his. 9.
9 does not hit. You start firing shots. The birds kind of just like they don't move, but they like kind of like
They're
they kind of
swaying,
like just
yeah.
like sway and
That
they
little
dodge.
bird thing they do, like
Yeah,
makes
like
it bobble a
their
bit.
head bobbles.
As my bonus action, I would like to make an insight check once again
Go ahead.
to see what they are.
All right, go ahead. Roll me an insight. What is it now?
He threatens.
Yeah, just. I mean, obviously there's something weird about them, but you don't know what.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if they're fiend or not.
So, 3, 4, it is another crow's turn. He some of the birds from the tree are going to fly off of the tree and land on the sides of the ship. Now that they are on the side of the ship, the boat's kind of like rocking because there's so many of them landing on the side of the ship.
Okay.
I'm trying to make her like fly.
So,
Flying bullshit.
one of the crows is going to look at Khovnos. He's going to open his wings and caw, and his eyes are going to flash blue, and I need you to make a wisdom save. You fail. So, as this bird opens his wings and caws, his eyes glow blue, Khovnos' eyes begin to glow blue. Khovnos, in your head, you are going to hear a voice, and it's going to say, "Fight!" You are charmed now. And the bird is telling you to fight your companions.
I'm gonna die. Alright, boys, go.
And that is the end of that. That is the end of that bird's turn.
Oh.
I was like,
That was how the session ended. I was like, no, I'm gonna hit one.
That is the end of the bird's turn. Now it is another crow's turn. A crow is going to fly around, and he is going to start pecking at the ropes on your sails, attempting to destroy them.
Oh, nice.
He gets about halfway through the rope on his turn.
Oh god.
So he's going at it. He's going after the sails. Andrew, it is now your turn.
All right. Do I know anything's up with him yet?
And
No. Okay.
I'm just staring.
Are there
into
any
the-
birds landed around us?
oh, they're everywhere. Like at this point, they're everywhere on the
But
ship.
there's some right around me then.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to smash the closest bird with my anchor.
You're gonna smash the closest bird with your anchor.
Yeah.
Roll to hit.
12.
12 hits.
Okay. And I do 1d8.
Roll your damage, please.
6.
You kill it.
I just squish the bird. I'm like, they don't look as tasty anymore. When I'm terrified. And then bonus action, I give you bardic inspiration.
me?
Yeah. I'm trying to sing like a little shanty to give to you, and I'm like, what do you do with the drunken sailor? I'm like terrified of the birds and shaking as I'm trying to sing.
Yeah. So, after you kill this bird, all of the birds on your ship, every single one of them, their eyes start to glow blue,
They all call.
and they all caw at the same time. And as they do this, I need you to roll a perception. You're charmed. No.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Glad you did.
As all of their eyes glow blue and they all caw at the same time, you see on the beach there's a man. There's a figure. You don't know if it's a man or not, but there's a figure. Is it very humanoid, standing on the beach? The only thing that you can discern from this distance is you can see their glowing blue eyes.
How far are we from the beach at this point?
You like the boat's barely moving.
Okay.
So, you see, you see, like, I'd say you're about 40 feet from the beach. But, like, you're not moving very fast at all. Andrew, being the captain of the ship,
Yep.
what's your move?
Do I get to do something now?
Yeah. You get a reaction.
Can I move?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, all of you can move around the ship if you'd like.
There's a man on the shore! And I dive off and immediately swim at him with my swim speed of 30.
Okay, yeah, you do that.
Yes.
So,
I follow him without him.
We left you with the birds!
And the ship
Well-
with the sail down and the anchor up.
I just look back and I'm like, you got this! As I take breaths, turning my head up out of the water as I swim.
Your seal.
The figure.
I
on-
dive
give
full
us that
under,
trait
like,
from others.
and do Tritons have faster than 30 or no? Is it still 30?
I think we're both just 30. I don't know, you may have some kind
It's
of
your
buff.
swim speed equals your walking speed.
Yeah,
So I
so-
was wondering if this is how much Triton.
So,
Mine's boosted too.
the man sees you swimming towards him, and I need you to roll a strength contest with disadvantage, both of you, because you're in the water.
Even me, even though I'm trying.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
no,
you're
never
trying.
mind. You're just, so you don't
You're just on
roll.
the boat.
No, he
No,
Oh,
I
don't.
he
followed
jumped
you.
in and followed you. I'm the only one on the
Oh,
boat.
you're
he
following
followed
me.
You don't know that I'm trying to attack you.
Yeah.
You can double team you.
Yeah.
I forgot you were charmed too. Strength. 7.
Yeah.
So, as you're swimming through the water, half of the birds on the ship leave. And they
They're gonna drown me.
and they don't drown you, but they do pick both of you up out of the water. Like they all grab onto you and they pick you up out of the water. And they bring you to the shore right in front of the figure. Now that you're a little bit closer to this person, you can see that it is a man. His eyes are still glowing blue. He doesn't really have a very distinguishable face. But you can tell something ain't right. Something smells very,
Does it wake
very
you up?
foul.
Does it wake me up from my thing?
No.
No, you gotta take a turn and contest it.
Are we still in the niche?
I look at him and I'm like, alright, what's the big deal?
He looks at you, and in this ethereal voice, he just kind of stares back and he goes, "You have killed 2 of my pets."
In my defense, the other one struck first, and the first one was flying circles around me. I thought he wanted to die.
That is no reason.
I tried to pay him to go away, and he wouldn't take it.
He's a bird.
Well, technically, you didn't kill him.
I didn't even kill the first one. All I did was self-defense. You're looking for him.
His name was Alice, the first one you killed, and the second one you killed, her name was Apple.
I have a little left.
Blooded breast.
That's good. I'm like, I'm sorry, you can still bury him. I think my friend has the feathers. We'll have a funeral.
I have a different idea. And then he whistles. He goes, and then all of the birds on the ship dig their talons into the wood and then start to fly towards the water to push the ship back towards the dock.
Okay.
Oh, so it stays in the water. It's just
Yeah, it stays in the water.
I'm,
They're just
I'm just gonna have a bow ready.
yeah.
Like I'm on the ship, but I'm gonna use also my tail to wrap around something so I don't fall.
So he pulls the ship back onto the dock, and the birds are kind of just sitting there. They're looking at you, and all the other birds, they are holding you guys down. So y'all can't move.
under a pile of birds.
Yeah,
We're
pretty
still
much.
holding the piece of cooked bird. When they're all on top of me, like, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I suppose. So, with that being said, this man, he goes, "You're going to do something for me now. You killed my friends. Now, you owe me."
Do you want me to get a better leash for you to keep your pets on so people don't eat them?
He goes, and then 4 of them fly up and they land on his shoulder. He's like, "I don't need a leash." He's like, "They listen to everything that I tell them to."
You should tell them about stranger danger.
Well, I don't normally get visitors on this island for good reason. And he's like, "You're going to come with me to my house now." And then he looks over towards the ship and he goes, and some of the birds are going to attempt to grab you and pick you up.
Try to fight him.
All right, go ahead. Contested strength.
Natural one. They pick me up.
Yeah, they pick you up. So they grab you and they lift you up off the boat, and they bring you over to the shore. And then he just kind of he's like, well, now that we're all here, why don't we return to my house? And he just kind of like turns, and he whistles again.
Just pick this up.
He whistles again, and a bunch of the birds like fly up under him and like pick him up. So now he's like levitating on birds, and then they carry you into the woods.
I'm like, my God, this is majestic.
He's like, just wait until you see the house. He's like very prim and proper.
Is it 15 pass wisdom?
Look over at you and I'm
Yeah.
like,
So as you fly over this this tree range, the tree line, you see this massive house made of stone. The columns on the outside of the house are carved stone to look like giant feathers. There are many statues of birds around, famous birds that you would know, like a phoenix and like very mystical birds. There's carvings of dragons and stuff like that. Pretty much anything that flies, he has like a dedication to in this house. It's enormous. It is a fantastic looking house.
Will we know any lore
No.
on this person?
You would no one, you wouldn't know anything about them. And he lands on the front stoop of this house, and the birds just drop you. Like they don't try to like gracefully drive; they just let go and go away. they drop all three of you about like 3 feet onto the ground, just whoa. And now you are standing before this man in his house. What do you do?
You reek of evil. Who are you?
Well, that could be answered very quickly. I reek of evil because I'm undead.
Poor Dick.
I was like, now I see why you didn't want to have a funeral. It's probably offensive, isn't it? Like, my condolences.
You are a very interesting person. Where do you come from?
I was like, I'm half sea elf, so you see, my mother was one of the sea fae, and my father was a sailor, so a little bit
Interesting.
everywhere.
Very interesting. Let me ask you this. Why are you here on my island?
We were looking for supplies,
And you thought that it was fitting to kill one of my birds?
well, I didn't.
We didn't know it was one of your birds.
Fair enough.
We just wanted food, and we just took the opportunity.
Well, how about this?
You thought about collars.
I was swimming.
How about this? How about we make a deal? You do something for me. I let this offense go aside, and I'll give you some supplies.
Deal.
All you have to do is something for me. Your friend seems to be on board.
Well, Goldilocks doesn't always call the shots, but we're intrigued.
I kind of like he kind of like touches your hat, and he's like, "Ah, so you're the captain."
That's what the boat says.
What? And now, what is your boat called?
what was the name of the old boat that sunk?
Skiffer.
Yeah, I have just taken that board from the skipper that I washed up on the shore with and nailed it over when we bought the boat, whatever its name was, I nailed that over it. So it's the skipper, and I've painted a 2 beside it.
Skiffer 2.
Is it like backwards too?
Yeah, it's skipper 2, and it's a little crooked.
So, he asks you, what is your ship called?
It'd be the Skiffer 2.
The Skiffer 2. Very interesting. What happened to the Skiffer 1?
Let's just say the sea goddess, she's a bit temperamental.
The sea goddess.
Yeah, you might not want to tell her that she's second to the moon god and the wind god. She doesn't think that's as funny.
I want you to roll persuasion to see if this guy believes it. You rolled a
17.
natural 1.
I got a 17. I did pretty good,
You
too.
rolled a natural 1. So he looks at you and he's like, you've run into the sea goddess.
I was like, well, we didn't run into her. She was beside the boat.
Well, he must have done something to make her angry.
It's like, I didn't eat your bird, if that's what you're saying. I didn't eat her bird.
Well, you ate mine. So, let us go inside and we will talk about this deal, shall we?
I put a bow up. I put it on my back and
Yeah.
just I'm calm.
This is good now. Is he still charmed?
No,
No,
saved.
he saved it.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
you walk. He turns and he kind of like waves his hands. And these massive doors like open, they magically open. You walk into the front hall of his house. On each side are these long crimson, like curtains over the windows in the front hall. It's very, very elegant and it looks very expensive. Everything in this place looks like it's worth a lot of money.
What's he doing right now?
He's got his back turned towards you and he's like leading you all down the hallway to his conference room.
Are there birds in the room? Or?
Oh, there's birds everywhere.
Oh man.
He
I
is
keep just
always watching.
I keep looking at things and I'm just like rubbing my hands, like looking at the valuables and looking back at the birds. I'm just like doing this while I'm following. That's all I'm doing. Just looking up and looking down.
While we're
as I
walking, I want to ask him. So, are you one of those that can see through the birds, see through their eyes?
Well, you see, it's a little bit more complicated than that. I don't just see through them, I feel them, I am them. The birds are me and I am them.
You taste delicious.
What did you just say?
All due respect, I mean it as a compliment, sir.
Did you say I taste delicious? I swear, the nerve of some people, gosh.
May I ask, how are you undead?
Well, you see, I used to be alive and now I'm not.
Well, I get that. I get that, but how did this come to be?
You see, that's for me to know and you to find out. Why don't we go and have our deal first and then we can talk?
No.
Well, that's too bad.
The birds pick him up.
So, as he walks you through this house, it's like I said, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous in here.
Okay.
He walks you to his little conference room. He sits down at his desk. He crosses his legs. He snaps his fingers, and the birds bring in 3 chairs.
I sit down comfortably.
You sit down.
I reach up and snap just to see if anything happens. I'm just like,
He goes, "What are you doing?
I don't know. I thought the birds might bring some more chairs.
Would you like more chairs?"
I was like, not necessarily. I just wanted to know if I could. And I sit down.
He goes, so as he crosses his legs behind his desk, and you guys are all sitting in front of his desk, he looks at you and he goes, "Well, you see, I've been waiting for someone of your stature, should we say, to come across me."
I'm just like, I spin the chair around backwards and sit down. And I'm like, so you've heard of me?
No, but it doesn't take a genius to see a pirate.
Fair enough.
You look disgusting. You smell of sea, and you look like you've been ridden with scurvy once or twice. It's not hard to see a pirate.
2.5 times, actually. But
2.5. My point proven.
we cured it fast that time.
And how old is this jacket that you're wearing? It's disgraceful.
Until I get me crew back from the sea goddess, I'm going to wear the same jacket out of respect to me old captain. It's been 5 years. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what the smell is,
Yeah.
then. Yes, I'm glad we discerned that. I thought this was your dragon friend over here. I didn't know how
He's
often
gone.
he showers.
He's gonna like blow out his nose and little flames just like wither out.
I pull the bar of soap out of my diplomat's pack, and I'm like, I'm saving this for when I find the captain, and I put it back in there.
She goes, "Very well. I won't have to see you much longer anyway. So, let's get down to business. You killed 2 of my birds, so you will do 2 things for me. Sound fair?"
Well, I'm glad I missed the other one. What can I do for you?
My name is DeCan. Not to be confused with Toucan, it is DeCan.
All right.
Thank you.
So what's in DeCan?
I have a proposition for you.
All right.
If you don't accept, I'll just let my birds eat you.
It's a circle of life. All right. What do you got?
He looks at you and he was like, "There's an item that was taken from me. I need you to take it back.
All right.
Bring it back to me in one piece in 3 days' time. And I will see to it that you keep your life."
So I'm normally on the other side of this. So this
On
would
the
be
account of the church, I promise we will bring it back.
The church.
He's a little eager. We found him wandering some of the islands. He was
I don't know. He was with some crew with the church, and he's not with them now. I don't know.
Very interesting to
Do
have
not
a.
disrespect the church of the Lord God.
Interesting that you have a paladin of the church on a pirate ship.
He doesn't quite understand morals. He's not the brightest. He understands what the church tells him, but not morals.
Very well, very well.
What are morals?
Exactly.
So, what you are looking
Can
for?
I eat them?
You are looking for a golden. Are you listening to me?
I was just telling him not to eat things here. I'm sorry.
Yes. Do not eat anything, please. Unless I present you with food, do not eat. He's gonna look at you. He's gonna be like, I have a little bit of an enemy. Her name is Nevaeh. She lives on the other side of this island, and she has taken something from me.
And you haven't sent your birds.
Well, you see, my birds can only do so much for me. And so... It's more...
What was that name?
I don't want to be so hands-on.
Nevaeh.
How do you spell that?
N-E-V-A. Nevaeh. I don't know. Freaking A. I didn't spell it out.
Sorry, I'm taking notes.
I'm imagining you pull out an actual notepad and you're like, wait.
So, he's like, she lives on the other side of the island. Her house, please pay attention.
Huh?
Her house is quite hard to find. That is another reason why I haven't been able to use my birds. Because her house is always, how do I put this, changing or moving. It's very hard to track it. It's very hard to get it in one spot at the same time.
Does she live on a boat?
No, she does not. She lives on
boats
the
do
island. Yes, I am aware that boats move.
Is she a witch?
I mean, like, define which?
Which way?
Evil.
According to your nose, Mr. Paladin, I am evil. Am I evil? Have I done anything to offend you, Mr. Paladin?
Well, charmed me. Tried to
Well.
make me kill my friends.
I did nothing of the sort. Did you kill your friends?
No.
Exactly, I've done nothing wrong. You, however,
You saw.
are associated with a band of murderers who've killed my pets. Luckily,
I've been in a group like this before.
I will send one of my companions with you so I can monitor you, I suppose. And he snaps his fingers, and a bird kind of like flies and lands on your shoulder, Fafnear.
Don't flinch.
Is it the same
I'm
birds?
just-
No,
Oh, it's a bigger one?
What's
bigger
this
one.
one's name?
this one kind of looks like a falcon. Kind of looks like you know your hawk in Ark?
Yeah.
Kind of looks like that. He just like, flies up and he lands on your shoulder. And he goes, he doesn't have a name yet.
I shall call him.
Don't hurt yourself.
I don't know what to call him. What should we call him?
So where is? I know you said the other half of the island, but where shall we start?
Well, if I were you, I would start in the last place that I found her house. And he like pulls out the map of the island and he puts a mark on the map. He's like, this is where I last found the house. As you can probably guess, it's no longer there. It has been moved somehow. She has some form of magic that I wish I could figure out.
Do you have a copy of this map?
I do. You can have this one.
Okay.
So he like hands it to you. Now you've got a map of the island.
I'm making notes on it on the side.
Yeah.
Like X equals
Yeah.
first hint. Like I want to use different symbols.
Yeah.
I lean up and I'm like, so are we after your item or are we after the magic? I rub my chin.
Very, very smart.
Get the item. Anything else is a bonus.
Agreed. If you get the item, anything else you can find, we can discuss you keeping whatever else you find. I'm not too partial of this woman. As you can tell, she's taken many of my things.
Like, okay. I smell what you're stepping in, so to speak.
That is proper disgusting. And I would like you to leave my house as soon as possible and get started. You have 3 days. Do not disappoint me.
I'm like, can your birds put our anchor down? I don't want to go nowhere.
Your boat will be taken care of.
I'm like, all right.
The skipper too.
Yeah.
Well, on your way, as soon as you step out the doors of my compound, you have 3 days to bring this to me, or I will hunt you down and I will kill you. Or I won't kill you. I don't want to get my hands dirty with such filth as yourselves. I will have my birds do it for me.
I thought you were your birds.
Let them try.
Get out.
Like, all right.
I want to have the map, and I'm going to straight away go ranger mode and start looking.
Okay, so
Take the lead, me boy.
as soon as you guys leave, you walk out.
Following.
Outside his compound, it's like there's a lot of birds and there's a lot of like hedges and grass, but it's like outside of that, it's just like dense jungle, and the falcon on your shoulder, you can hear DeCan's voice come through the falcon. He goes, "Oh, might I add, it gets quite dangerous in the woods after sundown. If I were you, I would keep a light source about you and stay on the path."
Is the path on the map?
Hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna trace it to where I want to find the quickest route using the paths.
Yep.
To go to the X of where
Yeah,
she.
perfect.
I'm just following him.
Yeah.
That's 17 for survival.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I was just rolling.
you've used
Ready to
maps.
go.
You've used maps enough to know like what you're looking for, what you're doing, and he wants to make sure that you know to stay on the path.
Okay. I'm just letting the hawk stay on my shoulder.
Yep.
Watching the map, just going.
Yep. Just hiking into the jungle.
Yeah.
Pull a cracker out of my pocket and try and feed the hawk. I'm like, your body want a
So
cracker?
is there like signs of decay if they're undead
On the birds?
on the birds?
Yeah. I mean, they don't like. They don't look like healthy. Like they're birds, but
Like
they don't.
withered-
Yeah,
withered?
they're kind of withered. They're kind of skinny. They don't look healthy at all by any means.
Oh, we ate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mmm.
It's been a really fresh one.
Yeah, it must have been freshly undead.
Got hit by a horse the other day.
What?
Anyway,
Oh.
that
Roadkill.
is where we are going to end this session. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Dungeon Master's Tavern. I hope you enjoyed this session, and I hope you are excited for future sessions to come. If you haven't heard the backstory, please go watch episode 1 of The Caster Seas. I've been your host, Eric, joined by my dice goblins,
All right.
and thank you for tuning in.
Avast, subscribe, landlubbers.
Ah, yes, thank
It's
you.
free.
It is
And
free.
you can always unsubscribe.
No, you can't.
No.
You'll be walking the plank.
We don't want to